up, guys? Welcome to Business with Isaiah. Hey, I know. I missed last week. Please forgive me. Okay, forgive me. It was 4th of July, going to 4th of July weekend. I'm a big soccer fan, so I've been watching a lot of FIFA and World Cup games. Man, guys, I'm sorry. I'll do better. I promise. But hey, you're getting a video out today. So I appreciate you guys joining me again on today's video. And I appreciate you guys giving me the patience and grace to continue on growing and developing myself within doing these little short videos, whatever I'm trying to do here. But today, I do have a topic for you guys. I do have something that I want to talk about. And it's leadership related, character related, but it's going to help you. It's going to help you in the sense of being a better leader, maybe being a better business owner, or just developing your character as a human being. So to kind of give you an insight on how I am as a leader, I'm a very stern, very straight to the point, trying to get the best scores, trying to be the best of the best. Want to accomplish everything, the impossible with my team. That's the type of leader I am, and a lot of the times I go a little overboard. You know, a lot of you maybe have had experiences that you've had a boss where they're pretty pushy and not really involved. I get pretty involved, so it's not like that. You know, it's not that where I just tell my team what to do and adios. No, I like to be very involved, very hands-on. I love to be part of the business, part of the operation, and try and get my team to that goal that we set together. But there's something that I was thinking the other day, and I just remembered so many situations in my life, situations I ran into, and so here's the gist of it. Results and people, right? Some of us are results oriented. Some of us are people oriented. Results, if you're too heavy on the results side, you're gonna lack on the people side. If you're heavy on the people side, they're not gonna be great at the result side. And that's just from me seeing it in person, me going through it myself. So what I really want to talk about is, how do you balance that? What do you do? How do you become a people person who pleases everybody, keeps everybody happy, but also brings the results to be the best of the very best? Or how do we do and become the very best without sacrificing culture, people, happiness, whatever? And it's hard, it's difficult, it is very difficult. And if you're out there telling me you can do both, that's a load of bull crap, okay? Unless you've mastered it and you've had years of experience of trying to improve yourself on being able to be better in doing this in this type of setting, there's no way to do it both ways. You have to find people to help you accomplish both ways. And I'll tell you how. And I'll explain what I've done. So a couple years ago, I was assigned to run a $6 million restaurant. I was designated to open up the store from the ground up. So it was a grand opening store. And I was designated to hire my leadership team, build my leadership team, hire the staff, put the restaurant together, like literally from scratch up. I did it all, me and my team. And for the first 6 months, once I found out, I started looking for leaders that I can count on. I was looking for leaders who produce results, who I believed they could get to the result-oriented level, because I want to be the best. If I open this store up, I'm going to be the best. I'm going to produce the best results, the best culture, the best whatever, immediately. Immediately. I might have said that wrong, but immediately. That's how I was. But I realized I was sacrificing people. I was sacrificing the experience, the culture of what my restaurant was going to be, how my operation was going to feel. And I didn't want to sacrifice that. I really did not want to, I just didn't want to sacrifice that. in all word and like honest words. And so I had to come to realization of myself that Isaiah, you freaking suck at being a very people pleaser, and you're not gonna be able to be patient enough or give a lot of grace like others do, and give people patience to improve and grow and whatnot, and so on and so on. So I thought to myself, how do I do this? How do I do this without sacrificing people? Because I care about people. I just love results, but I want to care about people in a way where my results shine and my people are happy. But I can't do both at the same time. I can try to, and I can come real close, but I needed something more. And so what I decided to do was call one of my good friends. Her name is Devin, and she has experience in working front of house, and being more in the hospitality of the restaurant, and being able to be more culture focused. And so I thought to myself, I need her. Why? Because I know that my intensity to be perfect was here, and my people focus was here, and I wanted to be at least par, if not close to each other. I wasn't going to be able to do that by myself. I needed someone to help me. And Devin, she clicked in my head. I remember how good I used to work with her in the restaurant, and I remembered how great she was with people, and how many people loved working for her and loved the culture that they had, and how energetic she was and outgoing. And so I was thinking to myself, like, I need her to come to this restaurant and run my front of house and help me develop a great culture within the restaurant. And so I called Devin up. I explained the vision. I explained the dream. I want to be the best. I want to achieve these goals. But I need you because I need you for this side. And I need you for this side because I suck at it, and I want to learn from you while we're working together and building this operation. I may be the person in charge and growing this $1 million operation, $6 to $7 million operation, but I still need you because you are going to be a big part of that picture, and I don't know how to get there without you. So Devin took a couple days to think about it. She called me back, said, let's do it. Flew her out. Well, she didn't fly. She drove out. She was like maybe an hour, 2 hours away from where we were. She moved her whole life to come work at the restaurant I was running for 1 year. And since day one, she told me, Isaiah, you need to get leaders who are also people focused and not fully result oriented. Because by the time the leadership I had already in place and kind of ideas of what I wanted to look like, there was a lot of leaders who I trusted to produce results. So I was kind of leaning this way so much. I was only telling her, hey, I need you here, but there's no support for it. So we had to find support for her. We ended up getting a couple leaders on her team that were a lot similar to her, people focused, culture focused. Maybe weren't the best at producing results or weren't the best at managing people, but we figured out how to get the leaders here to work well with the leaders here, and that way our restaurant skyrocketed. And it did, baby. It freaking did. I loved it. I loved that whole experience. Now, I have a saying, and I tell them this, and if Devin or Christian, you get to see this video, I have a saying, and you guys may remember, from the high executive level and from the management side and the high level of the director team, I treat those differently compared to the managers, the team leads, the team members, the trainers. There's a very fine line of dedication, devotion, expectations, perfection that I had from my executive team compared to my managers, shift leads, and my team members. The reason why is because I didn't want to be the bad guy to the team members, to the managers. I wanted the executive team to know what the vision was and the expectation was, pass it down the ladder to the managers and then the shift leads and so on and so on. So that way everybody's on the same page. And that way there's no, oh, I hate talking to this leader because they're mean. Oh, I hate doing this because I don't work well with that person. No, the whole reason why we wanted to work together as an executive team was because we countered our differences. I was bad at the people, and I got Devin to kind of counter my 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 weakness. And so we created this fundamental experiment of excellent leadership, I guess you could say, where people trusted in the executive team, which a lot of, if you work in the food industry, you can't really say that all the time. You have managers that don't care, or are lazy, aren't helpful in the operation, don't know how to run a restaurant, the marketing, all that. But I might have been really strict and really mean and honesty, sometimes an asshole, to my executive leaders. But it's because the expectation and the perfection level was so high, and so like, this is what we need to be, that they felt what my anger was. They felt what my frustrations were, where I wanted perfection at, where I wanted to be great at. And they never passed it down to the leaders or the team members. That stayed between us. And that's what I loved about that leadership team. Oh my goodness. We could have conversations and yell at each other, but walk out knowing that we are still on the same page, even though sometimes we would be on different pages, as in emotions, where one might be mad at me or I might be mad at that person. But at the end of the day, we still ran a great store, and that was our goal, to build a great culture, produce great results, and be the best of the best. Have other people that run similar restaurants come to my restaurant and observe our operations. And man, when I tell you we did great things, Food safety scores were on the top of the list. Perfection. Quality scores, perfect. Our customer satisfaction scores, top 20%. Our team member culture, one of the best cultures we've ever worked in. My executive director team tell me it was hard working for you, Isaiah. But I loved the people, and I loved what we did, and that's what the purpose was. The purpose isn't for me for you guys to love how I led from the executive level. No, the purpose was to build a great foundation from the people side and from the results side, and be the freaking best as we can be. And there were months, there was still and we're not perfect. There was times where we didn't achieve a good score, and whatever the situation was, and I would have a very stern conversation with my executive team. But we would always figure out solutions to overcome those problems and never make sure they never happen again. And so that's kind of what I want to want you guys to realize. If you guys know your weakness, and you guys know what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, find solutions to counter them. When running a restaurant, running an operation, if it's in the food industry or any other industry, you at the end of the day, it's results and there's people. And you need to find ways how to balance them both, no matter where you're at. And by balancing both will help you achieve so many great things that maybe you've never thought you'd achieve. And so throughout the years in business, building my own business a couple of years ago, to running multi-million-dollar operations, to going and observing other business owners, I've seen so many leadership styles, so many cultures, so many different team operations. It still comes down to two things: people and results. And how do we balance the both? How do we get the best out of both? I've been in operations, seen operations where they were too heavy on the results, and that people were quitting. The turnover rate was awful. It was just a bad culture, and the expectations were so high that the expectations weren't even being met. Your results were so focused on results that you gave up on the people, or weren't really focused on people, that your results still didn't get hit. So at the end of the day, it didn't really matter. And then I've seen situations where people who were so focused, the managers or the owner wanted to be so people focused, so make sure the people love them, love the person or whatever, best place to work at. But your scores suck. You have bad hospitality, you have bad food safety scores, bad customer satisfaction, whatever it is, and not because the team doesn't care, essentially, but it's because the team doesn't know what expectations are. And so they can't, if the team doesn't know what the expectations are, then they can't achieve those expectations and what's serious enough for them. And that's where you get team members or managers or leaders or even executive teams that don't really give all their all. They don't really give it 110%. They might think they're giving 110%, but because the expectations are so low, they achieve them really easily. And so then what? Then what? As a business owner, the bottom line is a top priority, right? You need to make money to run a business because you need to pay people, you need to give people opportunities, you need to hire more people, you need to invest in people, invest in technology, invest in innovations, in the restaurant, maintenance, whatever it is, not even in a restaurant only, like anywhere in any industry. You need to make a profit to invest in that business and do several different things. And you can't do that if you can't produce high results where you're getting the best out of the profit. Now, there's difference from doing great profitability and being stingy and doing whatever it takes to cut the bottom line or to get more out of the bottom line. We don't want to be that person, but we want to balance both. Because once you balance both and you find that sweet spot of, oh, my team loves working for me, loves working in this industry or in this place, in this restaurant, in this godforsaken wherever. They love it here. They come here ready to work, energized. It's still a job to them, but it's not a job they hate. They can trust in people here. They see it more as a family culture or whatever. And they know the expectations, and then your team is going to care so much about you because you're also having high standards for them and being honest up front before you hire them, when you're having one-on-ones, coaching conversations, whatever that looks like, that your team is going to be like, this is important to this person. My boss relies on these scores to get a promotion, to continue having a job, whatever. If that leader has people who back him up, they're going to do so much more than just 100%. And you're going to see the best results you've probably ever seen in any time frame. So, how do you identify the problems, right? How do you identify your weakness? Is my weakness results? Is my weakness people? What's my weakness? How do I identify it? I personally go in the mirror and look at myself in the mirror and ask myself personally, like, if at the end of the day I was running this restaurant or this location or whatever, am I willing to do whatever it takes to make a bigger profit, or do I want to focus more on culture and give up profitability or give up excellent scores and all that? And if you are more heavy on people, then you know your strength's the people side. If you're more heavy on profitability, then it's the other way around. Now, I'm trying to elaborate this while I'm thinking about this. You can absolutely do both. There's a possibility to do both, but you're stronger with one or the other. That's for a fact. You can do both, either by finding the resources to help you do both, finding the people to help you do both, or developing yourself as a leader to provide both. Now, I recommend the first two options, resources and find the people in your organization to help you do both. You can definitely grow yourself, that's totally fine, but you can't do everything by yourself. At the end of the day, you're still gonna have to rely on other leaders to help you push culture, to help you push scores, because no matter what business we're in, people are involved, and we need people to help us achieve the bigger goal. We can't do it on our own. So you have to be honest with yourself and tell yourself what is your weakness and what is your strength. And what route am I going to take to overcome my weakness? Am I going to put resources in place where it'll help me establish a good culture or establish better profit numbers or better customer satisfaction, whatever? Or am I going to hire someone or develop someone who's very people focused or very profitable focused and business focused, that they can help me accomplish the other side of the business while I grow that person and grow myself at the same time, and be able to observe that person how they execute on whatever they're better at than I am. And that's what I did with Devin. I watched her perform amazing culture miracles and brought a team together. And all I had to do was fit myself in, and it was easy. It was easy. And then the moment she left, I thanked her because I got to learn a bit from her of what I needed to change to continue on that culture, and or teach someone else to continue that culture on. And when she left, that's exactly what I did. It was a little tough for me, but I ended up finding someone else to replace that picture and teach that person into growing that culture. And the restaurant still succeeded. Every person you come in contact with is something you're going to learn from that person, good or bad. You're going to learn something. And so I recommend learning what the best thing you can out of that person, right? So I know this is like all over the place, and I'm sorry, I'll try to have everything more structured, but understand the biggest thing I want you to walk away from this video is you can definitely have both on people focusing and result oriented, but there's only one that you're really good at, and the other one is going to be your opposite and weakness side. So you have to find either resources, the person, or develop yourself more in that weakness. And so I challenge you to ask yourself the reality: am I more focused on results, or am I more focused on people? And whatever the answer is to you, I hope you can overcome the other side and realize if you're in a situation where maybe you're so stressed at work because you can't produce results because people are not happy or your team's not happy, then you need to focus on the people. You need to find a way how to build that culture so they can help you accomplish those results. Or maybe you're so people focused and now some people are slacking off because everybody's friends, and now no one knows how to hold people accountable, and your results are tanking, and now you need to figure out a way how to bring those results back up and set standards and expectations and be stern and straightforward and direct with people. And that way people understand, oh, yes, we can have a good culture, we can have fun, we can have a good time at this business, but we have to be serious when it's serious, and we have to know this is a job at the end of the day. And then they can help you raise up those scores or results or whatever you're looking to do. And so a lot of business owners don't really care about culture. They think that, hey, they don't fit the culture, we'll kick them out, find someone else. Now, it's true, you can find someone else. Unless you want to spend hundreds or thousands of dollars in turnover and continue buying uniforms or wasting time and money on training or whatever that looks like. Unless you want to keep doing that, sure, continue not caring and continue just saying they can be replaced. Or we can figure out our hiring practices, hire the people we need and the right people, and then actually build a culture, a foundation of excellence, but in a great environment where people can feel cared for, and also excel at the same time. That's what people want nowadays. They want to be cared for, and they want to know that they can excel in this business. And so that's your job as a leader, your job as a business owner to provide that. And so I challenge you to really observe what you do and what you care for the most, and find solutions for your weakness. Well, that's it with Business with Isaiah this week. I'll have something better structured out for you. I promise. Like I told you in my last 2 videos, give me patience. I'm learning as I go, and I love what I do. And when I do consulting for my clients, it's so easy for me because I'm so good at business. But this whole camera thing, I'm working on it. Well, guys, I appreciate you. I appreciate you joining me in today's episode of Business with Isaiah. Have a wonderful night. God bless, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.